Welcome to the Fishbowl Radio here, everybody, and this is Chief as always, and we're doing a debate today about the NASCAR chase for the Cup, the incident between Jeff Gordon and Clint Boyer here, and as alongside me, I brought in Mike Honcho, our sports expert here. Welcome to the show, Mike Honcho.
Okay, Chief.
Okay, well, what is your take on that issue between Jeff Gordon and Clint Boyer?
I'm going to say like I first said it. Boys have at it. How can you even get mad at what they did? I think people out here, nothing but people that Jeff Gordon believes. And Boyer, Jeff Gordon can.
We're having problems, Mike Honcho. I can hear you breaking up. You okay?
Yeah, I'm good.
Okay. Now say what you said the whole phrase over again.
Alright. Like this, boys have at it, whatever. Jeff Gordon and Clint Boyer. Clint Boyer hasn't been getting. He wasn't being friends with Jeff Gordon for a couple of reasons. He kept hitting them and all, like rubbing into him. So Jeff Gordon is tired of it. And once he had that final hit, Jeff Gordon got tired of it, and he just turned Clint Boyer, and everybody's getting mad at him because he did it, saying that was unprofessional. No, that wasn't unprofessional. That was what you had to do on the track, because you can't fight off the track. I mean, off the track when you're not in the car, because, I mean, that won't do nothing. So, that's what I think.
Well, here's my take on the issue here. I mean, if you look at it, I mean, Clint Boyer, they kind of have a history together. It's kind of like back a couple of years ago, you have Keselowski and Carl Edwards going after each other. Remember that? Keselowski turned Edwards at Talladega, and Edwards flew into the catch fence. But I think that was more serious than this right here. This is like a thing. I mean, even Jeff Gordon wrecked his own car. I mean, really.
Yeah, I mean, it was stupid to even think that people would say it's unprofessional when he has to do what he has to do. And now NASCAR fines him a bunch of grand and driver points and owner points, and he is placed on probation. That is just ridiculous. And not even so they know that Clint Boyer didn't even get fined for anything.
Well, I don't know if Clint Boyer should be fined or anything, but I think that the crew member who came behind Gordon and started basically the scuffle after the thing. But NASCAR has been really off on this kind of stuff, trying to. I mean, if you look at Kyle Busch and Ron Horvath, guess what they did to Kyle Busch whenever he intentionally wrecked somebody. They told him you couldn't race. They told him you couldn't race for the whole weekend until that weekend was over with.
Exactly, and you can all don't like Kyle Busch. That is smart to suspend somebody for doing something that y'all said they can do. The term boys have at it means do whatever you want on the track. Tell it all on the track.
Well, I think here's what I disagree with. I don't think Gordon should have really turned his car into Boyer's, because their crew people have to work on the cars and stuff like that. I would hate it for those guys who were wrecked the race car. But if why not they just settle it with body and mono, man to man, get out the car, push somebody or something like that. Do it like that.
Yeah, well, I forget you saying the crew have to work on that, but I heard an interview with Jeff Gordon's crew chief. He said he wasn't perfectly fine. He said he was 100% behind what Jeff Gordon did to Clint Boyer. Which means, yeah, he's mad that he had to fix the car, but he'd rather fix the car for standing up for himself than to go back to the shop and I have done nothing at all for something that's been going on for a while.
Yeah, well, I mean, hey, they do have. I mean, you look at Phoenix, you look at the replay for that main video. They don't know the whole story. Then you're only showing people one part of the video. I was seeing it on ABC and the World News because I had already seen. I watched the race Sunday and I seen it on ABC. And they only showed that one part of the video, but they didn't see the video that caused. They didn't show the shot that before that caused that. Because I mean, Boyer, I don't know if he really meant to do what he did at Phoenix. Maybe he did. Maybe he did. But he ran Gordon out of room, and Gordon didn't appreciate that. So.
Yeah, I mean, Jeff Gordon's he's a great racer. He won 4 championships. He's well respected. And everybody's saying they lose their respect off what he did. I don't see nothing really that wrong with it. I just thought Dale Earnhardt done did that to so many people, and look how much respect he has now, and he's dead.
Well, actually, Well, the thing with Earnhardt while he was living, you either loved him or you hated him, alright? You're either a big Earnhardt fan or you just didn't really care for the guy. But you know, I liked what Earnhardt did. I mean, everybody's going to hate a certain driver that's dominating at the time. I mean, a lot of people hate Jeff Gordon in the 90s, and now look at him now. And a lot of people hate Jimmy Johnson for his dominance, but I guarantee you 20 years from now, he's going to get the respect he deserves, you know?
Yeah.
I just think that, you know, people just hate that. You wonder why people hate the Yankees so much?
Because they win so much championships. But a lot of people don't like them because they cost you. They
Yeah.
cost you. They can't beat because they can back it up.
Yeah, but
They just feel too cocky.
but generally, if you win a lot, you're going to have a lot of haters, okay?
Yeah, oh yeah, because it don't matter, because you don't want to count your money at your house and count your titles. Everybody else is over there watching TV and watching you play.
Yeah, like, I mean, if you see let's say if a Team A would win 7 or 8 titles in a row, you'd want to hate them, right?
Yeah, because you're tired of seeing them winning.
Yeah, exactly. They want someone new and fresh. That's kind of why so many people feeling for Keselowski. But, you know, I'm a big Jimmy Johnson fan, and I'm not afraid to say it. I know you're a Tony Stewart fan, Mike Concho. But we share this same belief, too. We believe that, well, I mean, I don't think that Jimmy Johnson's dominance is really bad for the sport. I think it actually helps the sport, because you want to know why? If, let's say Jimmy Johnson would win this championship at Homestead, which I don't know, it's kind of, but he could still win at Homestead, but you know, it's kind of more of a long shot, you know.
Yeah.
But let's say Jimmy Johnson does win this title, he'll have 6, and if he would win that 7th title, do you know how much news that would bring to NASCAR?
Yeah, but I just don't like seeing him winning it and even potentially having more titles than like a Richard Petty or a Dale Earnhardt. It's something I don't like to see.
Yeah,
They
because
don't have more titles than legends that are legends right now.
but you know, records are made to be broken. Like I've always said that too. One day maybe someone would go break. You know, if Jimmy would make that record of 8 titles, someone would break that. You know, records are made to be broken. Okay, I don't think anyone would ever break Richard Petty's 200 win mark. I don't see that happening at all.
I don't see he'd have to live a very long time, and just to win, I mean, really would be hard to do.
Just to say competitive like it is, I mean, the closest person to him that's active right now is Jeff Gordon, and Jeff Gordon is like, what, 80-something wins?
Yeah, Jeff Gordon's like been racing forever.
And he's only got 80-something wins.
And he only got 80-something wins. I mean, so you gotta be racing almost. You gotta win at least 5 or 10 races a year from when Jeff Gordon started racing. At least.
Okay, let's say if you were racing for 20 years, your rookie year, you won 5 races. If you win 5 races in that 20-year span, let's see, 20, 40, 60, 80, you would only have 100 wins.
Exactly, and that's not even, I mean, that's half the titles Richard Petty, half the races Richard Petty won.
Yeah, Richard Petty won 200. I mean, if you look at that, that's probably the most overrated record, though, if you really think about it.
I don't know. Well, in NASCAR, maybe, but I think that's one of the most underrated records in sports today, really. How much,
Well, like, overrated in NASCAR terms, let's look at this. NASCAR had more races back then, too. If you go look at it, Richard Petty, I think they had like a 80-race season one time, and he won like 27 of those.
Well, yeah, but back then, though, they had so much good drivers and all that. I mean, how do you even, it's like, really, wow.
You could say that is an overrated record, but I mean, you know, he still won the races. I mean, hey, it's still a record today. And, you know, but like, I mean, everything changes. If they had like a 36-race season, that would have been more impressive, you know? Kind of downgraded a little bit. I mean, David Pearson, he has 105 wins, but he didn't really race he didn't race full time, you know, all the time. He won 3 titles still. David Pearson may be the best driver in NASCAR, possibly.
Yeah, I guess you can say. Is he close?
He's in the top 3 easily.
Easily, but the thing that gets me is they got a lot of good drivers that can't dispute between. I would like to say Dale Earnhardt be the best, but you really ain't, because he won the sport that was already, like, that was popular by different people. Dale Earnhardt was not one who got NASCAR started and who was the real main person when it all began.
I think for now, really and truly for now, I think here's my top 3 list, and the best drivers in NASCAR would be Richard Petty. Then it would be I would have to put Dale Earnhardt as based on the championships, and then I think number 3 you could put Pearson right there.
I just kind of agree with that one. Like, you gotta go back to even older guys, like Lee Petty or
Fireball Roberts.
Yeah, or Junior Johnson or something like that. I mean, some guys made the sport what it is today, or Bobby Allison. Like, they made the sport what it is today.
Yeah, but if you're the one, like, I mean, it's been around forever. But now let's get back to, we kind of wandered off on a side track there, but let's go back to the incident here. Should I believe Jeff Gordon got fined? I think Gordon could have got fined, but I think that Boyer's crew member should have got fined too, because they're the one that ran and literally jumped on the back of somebody, and you had this big old scuffle. They got a video on YouTube. You can type it in, and it'll show you. So what you believe that you're on Jeff Gordon's side in this whole incident, huh?
Yeah, you can basically say that, yeah.
Well, I'm not on either side because I think that, well, I don't like Jeff Gordon's payback on the track. I think if I was him, I would have waited. Like, Tony Stewart, Bristol, I'm completely fine with that. He was they were off the track. He took off his helmet, threw it at the car. Do something like that, or Danica Patrick or something like that. Do something outside the racetrack. Don't do it where these race cars ain't toys, okay?
I know that, but Jeff Gordon owns part of his car. You understand, Jeff Gordon, he cares a lot about racing. And he ain't going to take crap like that from somebody. Because I think Jeff Gordon's saying, like, Jeff Gordon's young, really young in this sport. You kind of want to see better Jeff Gordon. Jeff Gordon don't like being pushed around by some little young people trying to race him hard. But Jeff Gordon done been there before with Dale Earnhardt. He's tired of it. Dale Earnhardt, how many times he got pushed around, but it's unbelievable.
Yeah, usually we have that fight between older drivers and newer drivers, Yeah. That's generally what happens here. I mean, you get a young hotshot driver or whatever, and they'll start like hitting you the wrong way and stuff. You're gonna start getting angry with them because you've been around the block a couple more times. I mean, it's kind of like if you would go back to like a high school. Let's say if a freshman would beat out a senior for the starting quarterback job. Okay, do you know how mad that senior would be?
Yeah, it'd be like chaos.
Because, like, you let a little 15-year-old boy beat me, and I'm like a 17 or 18-year-old guy here, and I've been waiting for this job since I was a sophomore, maybe, or something like that,
Yeah.
You see, that's the seniority deal. That applies a lot to, like, places,
Yeah, I mean, because Jeff Gordon, he's still alright in racing terms. I mean, he ain't as good as he used to be. But he sees that Clint Boyer is actually getting really good at racing. I mean, he really is. I mean, I'll give him all his props. Jeff Gordon does not want to let go of him being such a good racer, letting all these new people come up to me.
Yeah, but you know what? I don't appreciate this. You know Keselowski?
Yeah.
He was right behind that wreck. If he was, let's take a car length or 2 car lengths ahead of where that position he was on the racetrack, guess what happens? He's in that wreck. He's in that wreck with Jeff Gordon and Clint Boyer and Joey Logano.
But you know what? Stuff happens, alright? It would have happened. That's just like saying, like last year, I thought Stewart was going to lose the championship because at Homestead, they had a big old hole in the front of his car. I'm like, oh, okay, so Stewart's probably not going to win. Stuff's going to happen to where you might not win your championship or not. I mean, it's just going to be something that, I mean, I would have liked to see a good race this week because of it's the last race. But Jimmy Johnson had something happen to him, and I mean, it was something he didn't do. So it's just been something that would have happened if he'd have gotten the wreck.
If that's how I would have blown at any part of the racetrack, I told you this before we went on the show. If that would have blown anywhere other part of the racetrack, except the edge of that corner, guess what happens? Nothing really happens to Jimmy Johnson's car. He goes down pit road, changes them 4 tires, and he goes back out. Maybe a little fender damage, maybe, but generally it don't explode like you see some of them do,
Yeah, well, you see, the one thing that gets me angry really the most about incident Jeff Gordon and Clint Boyer, NASCAR put Jeff Gordon on probation. I want to see some rough riding at Homestead. I was waiting to see Jeff Gordon and Grandpa going at it all day at Homestead. But now that Jeff Gordon got probation, he can't even, if you arrest him,